Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Pie Records, and I'm here with the cool guys from the Beach Breakers. How are you?
Hey, hi Ryan. Fine, fine, very good.
You're
Having a good
you're
time.
you're you're coming all the way from Argentina. What are you up to today?
We here in Argentina. It's a commemoration day of the Malvinas War, and the Falklands is the Malvinas for us. We think that the islands belong to us, not to the United Kingdom. And here we this day commemorate the veterans.
Okay.
And it's a day we don't work. We're fine, and we were watching the game, the River Plate game, soccer game.
So what's your city's team name?
River Plate,
Oh,
and
how are they
and
doing?
the other one, they're doing fine. We the team was the last edition of the Copa America, Copa Libertadores de America, and get to the semis. That in the international way, and in the local tournament they are fourth, no? I think
Four by now and
four by
champions
now,
last season.
and we were champions the last season.
Oh, awesome. So,
Yeah, yeah.
why don't we start off by introducing yourselves and what instruments you play?
Okay, I'm Ignacio. I play the guitar, and here's my brother.
14. I play guitar too. With the three guitar players from Buenos Aires.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got like he plays also plays guitar in the Tormentos, and I play guitar with El Papu. The
Oh
former of
yeah,
Los Cajunas.
Las
Former Los
Cajonas,
Cajunas.
yeah.
I play in his new project.
We have the surf monopolio.
So what's that new
And
project that you're working with El Papu?
It is like his solo band. The name is El Papu y los Fantásticos Reverberantes. Is an
Okay.
Spanish name.
the
It,
fantastic
means,
river guys.
it means El Papu and the Fantastic Reverberantes is like something with a lot of reverb.
Okay.
Reverbera. It's you can't translate that the word, but it means that you got tons of river, like your
Yeah.
river, reverberante. It's just like an adjective. So I'm playing there, and well, with the Beach Breakers, we
For
play
15 years
15
now.
years now.
15 years. I've
15 years of the Beach Breakers. Well, we are 31 years now, and we started when we were 15.
wow.
Started playing gigs with the Tormentos and with Los Cajunas.
Yeah, there was a lot of garage and surf music going on here in Buenos Aires about 2002, 2003. It was really easy to go to a venue, a gig, and see surf music bands like Los Cajunas and Tormentos. There were garage bands too, like Los Peyotes, that made it really good, and some bands that were a mix up of that, like the Tandoris, the Abstinence. It grew a lot in those years and keep going. And we were like kids then that like it, that really dig the sound, the river thing, the guitars. We really love it since we get to see it and become fans of the Tormentos and the Cajunas and very good friends of them. The time made us play with them years later. But with the Beach Breakers, that is our band, our project, and that we play with another two guys that are brothers too, another pair of
Oh,
brothers. And yeah, and we were friends since kids and play together. Really start play together and learn to play together.
yeah.
we formed the Beach Breakers in 2006 was our first five. No, we started with a band name that was the Falcons, but not the Falcons like the bird, you know. It was a car model, a Ford car model
Oh yeah,
here
yeah,
in
yeah,
Argentina. They are very popular in the 60s and the 70s, and
yeah.
here in Argentina it was produced till 1992, 93, 1993.
Really?
Yeah, we really love that car. It means a lot, and well, we loved the model and decided to put our name band to name our band the Falcons. That's what wasn't a pretty good idea because there was many other bands like were named the Falcons, and also here in Argentina because that car is so popular. And in 2007 we incorporated a bass player. I was playing the bass then, and formed the Beach Breakers.
So I was listening to I was listening to your music all week, and I have two comments for you on two covers that you did. I want to say
Oh,
what an excellent cover of Telstar. It was
hey,
it's beautiful.
thank you,
You know,
thank you, man.
that's one of my favorite Venture songs, and you know, kind of gives you goosebumps when you hear it. That's the kind of song it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
definitely.
so that was amazing, and something that you did that I've yet to hear anybody else do, and it was a perfect idea. Is cover the Misfits "Angel Fuck."
Oh, right. Yeah, that is on our first album, and in our second album, here I got it, is this one. Oh,
Oh, okay.
we made another Misfit song, but this time I tried to sing. That's
Did
not
you?
my thing, but I tried. I tried, and we do some kind of hate.
That's a good one.
We love that song.
Yeah.
We love the Misfits.
It was our bass player's idea to do Angel Funk. He's like a super fan of Misfits, and he was like, well, playing the bass and making this recording these tunes with the Guitar Pro with the MIDI thing, and he programmed a MIDI from the melody and made it a surf version. And well, immediately we start playing over it, and it went really good, and it ended up in the record.
Yeah.
It was
Awesome.
We are Misfit fans, and that's what it makes a union between the band. We the guys, the bass player and the drummer, they used to listen a lot of punk rock, and that's what
Yeah.
give you a bound, you know, between us. And uh, the Misfits were crucial. You know?
Yeah.
but
Well,
so
They're very popular. They're very popular, like popular, more popular than bands from here. The Ramones are very, very, very big here. In the 90s, people uh, will go to the stadium, the River Plate Stadium, this one, full of people, 7 nights all along, and there were
we're talking
70,000, 60,000 people every night for the Ramones in the 90s. That was a lot.
wow, that's a lot.
So and well, these two guys, the bass player and the hammer, are
We
best
can
friends.
name it
Sí,
Francisco and
Francisco,
Juanpi. There's his
best
names.
friends, best friends with us since kindergarten. We went to school all alone since we were little childs, and we are still friends and playing around and making records and stuff.
Yeah. I think
These guys were really into punk rock, and we were into punk rock too, but we get to go to Tormento's gig in the 2000, and when that was it. We were amazed by the surf sound, by the river, by everything.
And they're playing like so punk rock.
So punk rock.
So punk rock. The drum beat was fast, and
That was like his style, like his trademark. I mean, it was a surf band, but it got like a punk rock energy attitude too. So
Yeah.
we saw that and we were amazed. And then Los Cajunas start playing the same gig, and it was
a lot of surf music that like they did
CD.
it back in the day, 60s, seriously 60s, with the, the tuxedo thing, and you know, that came up with we understand it all. We saw that the two ways,
we
the 60s ways and the our day ways.
like, we rounded the idea that same day. It was a Saturday. The Sunday we used to gather together. So guys, we gotta play this surf music. Listen to this. Listen to that.
Take adventures, take. Listen to this, and we start the band.
It was really hard, to get adventures material or any surf music material here. We got it from the guy from the Tormentos, from El Papu. They like from Los Pesotes too. They will introduce us to this normal. Imagine like a punk rock kid. They didn't have access to that. You get like CDs, maybe one CD with MP3 music and folders, but it was that was it.
Yeah. Now we start. We have our vinyls and tables, but then was that, and you know we we used to we used to say that we kind of mix up those two things. We want to sound like 60s, but in our way, a little punk rock, a little modern guitar playing style, but that was it. And we made a first record with help from El Papu, from Dacho, the Tormentos guy. They lend I don't know. We borrow, yeah, the amp,
we borrow the reverb, everything.
and this master. And we made that first album. That was great. And then come Mariano from AEMC and the Do Mucha Calma Records, and we do a rough mix of that, and he said, well, okay, let's make it a record, you know. And he contact this guy, Jim Diamond, from Detroit. Ghetto Recorders was the thing, and he made a last mix and a mastering of that first album that is called named Summer Trip. That was in 2010, and
we were like not kids, but we were like 3 years
or 19.
or 19, but it was like our first record with we got lots of energy. All the songs are really fast. We have like the river tank, so it was not the first time we played with one too, but we at that time we didn't have one. So El Papu came along with the river, and we were like, okay, here's the river, we're gonna crank it. So it got tons of river in everything. The friends too, it was like an abuse, but we were like a lot younger, and we were so surfer. So we wanted that, and
Yeah, we were listening to the Bomboras, and we were like, we want this, tons of river or the astronauts and the classics, and we were amazed with that. The second album, we
at that time when we went and recorded the second album, we had one river of our own.
Yeah.
And we got a little so chill, and we didn't use that amount of reverb. You know, it was like, okay, now we have one. We know what this thing can do. Let's not exaggerate. Let's use
Moderate.
let's moderate and use less reverb. Let the guitar to sound too. And that was this one.
This one. The
Oh, very
here
cool.
is very packed. I hope we can send you one.
Yeah.
It's
This
like,
one.
we
Yeah,
were
absolutely.
less reverb, more. I mean, less reverb. We try to sound less punk rock.
Yeah, that year that we record this, the Phantom Surfers came along to play with us
Oh wow.
here in Buenos Aires, and we do make a gig here, and make a asado, like Argentina barbecue thing, and we became good friends. They were already been they have already have, been here in 2001, 2002, the time when we discovered the surf music thing, and they made a split album with the Tormentos. And in that visit in 2012, they made a split album with us, with the Beach Breakers. I don't know if you have heard it. You split with the Phantom Servers, and the
It's called Parrillada con Amigos.
yeah, barbecue with friends.
This idea happened when we
When we were
barbecuing.
barbecuing, and we named it after that. And I saw the way Johnny Bartlett was using the reverb, with like a lot of dwell and less mix, and we understand. We took that idea and we use it in the second half. It was more like that, the sound, but it still had the punk thing on the drums and the energy and the misfit covers. That's our essence.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, so what are you guys doing right now? Are you rehearsing for shows? Are you writing music?
Yeah, we are not writing new music right now. We have a record about to come. It is finished. We're looking from anyone that wants to make a physical edition of that. We have no money, no more money now for that.
Yeah.
Here's a little tough
And
to make a vinyl here.
yeah, the thing with the economy and the dollar is
The inflation and the
Yeah.
we are in that process, and we can afford a physical edition if we don't play too much. And the 2020 2021 wasn't a year that we play much because there were no venues,
no gigs.
Yeah.
no gigs, no nothing. Here in Argentina, the quarantine thing was very strict.
Yep.
Along kind of like Spain or those countries, and very long, and the venues start to close because they couldn't afford their expense, and we were playing barely nothing in 2020 and 2021. But this year we made a few gigs. We go to Córdoba city. That is an important city of Argentina. It's about 1,800 kilometers from here to the north, and we have a very good time. We have friends in Córdoba, the guys from Los Cocaleros is a band that always made gigs with them there, and Los Frenéticos too. That is a surf band, that really cool
Yeah.
surf band. I think you know them.
Yeah.
We were friends since the time we start playing. They start like the same time of us, a little up delayed, but there, and they are cool guys. We will go to play with them, with the Tormentos to Córdoba a lot of times, and they came and played with us here in Buenos Aires.
So we have last month one gig in Córdoba, one gig here in Buenos Aires city,
Sí.
and we are looking for gigs, but we also play in other bands. So I play with El Papu. he played with the Tormentos. So we kind of have like, well, some months we play a lot with the Beach
A
Breakers.
lot of agenda.
Sometimes he's playing with the Tormentos and with the Papu. So it's not like we are playing every weekend with the Beach Breakers.
Yeah.
Before, I mean, some years, yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago, we were playing every weekend. But now it's like the
Kind of break it up a
Tormentos
little
and
bit.
Papu and the Breakers.
Like,
You can
1, 2.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So
We hope to
what can we expect from the new album?
it's a different thing.
it's a different thing, and we are really proud with the result. I will send you something so you can hear it.
Okay.
It's like it's the songs we played the last 2-3 years and sound a little different, but in a way it remains the river thing and the Beach Breakers sound,
Yeah.
but with a fusion of new I don't know how to say it. Help me a little.
It's like you have some songs we wrote after this record, like a lot of time ago, and those songs are more like surfy, like so they sound like the other records. I mean, in a structured way or in a musical way, but obviously it sounds a little different. But the idea is that the classic Beach Breaker sound, surf, and you got like another half of the album that's it started to appear in our shows, and more like more experimental, and it's music we do a lot of rehearsal and a lot of jam from. I mean, if it was like in time, it was like maybe 2 years we established in the studio.
We made 14 songs, and we are looking for somebody to make the physical record. We're going to release it digitally now when we have ready the covers.
Material is ready. And still about the songs, it has like songs that are a little older and a little they sound like the classical Beach Breakers thing, and the other ones are like a little different. You got some surf passages, but some passages with with distortion, with
with modulation, other
modulations,
sounds that we never play in our other 2 records.
Yeah.
And these clips.
And the structure of the songs, it has a little
Different rhythms.
different rhythms, a lot of changes, tempo changes. It came like we were rehearsing a lot, and we tend to want to play something a little harder and mixing parts with the different songs, and it turned out like that. It's not all classical surf music like in the other records. You got one maybe it's like half and half, maybe it's half and half. You got like half of the record is classical surf, and the other half is more experimental, and we were really happy with that because we were playing for 15 years now. We try to came out with something a little different. We don't know if what is gonna be like, if it's gonna work, or if our friends on our attendance to the show will say, okay, play a little surfy. This was fun, but it doesn't work. We don't know, but we were at this point we're really happy.
Yeah, and also because we played another surf dance that sounds like traditional, and we want to do our own thing, and that's it. That's mostly.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much, guys, for agreeing to do this and telling us your story. It looks like somebody just scored there. Looks like somebody just scored.
Oh, yeah, Rival. Yeah, our team. Yeah, 2-0.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much, and you guys enjoy the game.
Oh no, thank you to you, Ryan. We love to do this and share our story. And I will send you the material for you to hear it and tell your friends.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh no, and we're taking a feedback. If we love when someone
That really loves
that
the music like us and knows tons of bands like you.
Yeah, totally.
Listen to it and told us what do you hear there. And
especially this one because it's something new, something a little different. So it's good to hear to get some feedback from guys that knows this stuff. Really.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I will say something in Spanish for
Okay.
the other band members of the Beach Breakers. Saludos amigos Juanpi y Vichy y muchas gracias por tocar con nosotros tantos años. Los quiero mucho. That was the message I was saying.
Have a great
I
night,
love
guys.
them, man. Have a great night too, Ryan. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.